everyone, welcome back to another What's for Dinner video. My name is Veronica, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some meals that my family had this past week, so hopefully it can give you and your family some meal inspiration. We did try one new recipe, and we also had a couple of large meals where we were able to eat leftovers for a couple of days. But anyway, let's get to cooking. This night for dinner we had baked barbecue chicken. The first thing that I do is marinate my chicken in barbecue sauce overnight. I add chicken tenderloins to a Ziploc bag and I cover them in barbecue sauce and I stick them in the refrigerator overnight. And then the next day I stick them on a sheet pan that I line in nonstick aluminum foil. And then I stick them in the oven at 425 degrees and I cook them for 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, I flip them over and I add a little bit more barbecue sauce, and then I stick them back in the oven for an extra 10 minutes or until my chicken has reached an internal temperature of 165 degrees, and then they are done. This was my husband's birthday and this was his meal request. He loves barbecue chicken, and I also fixed his favorite sides. For one of our sides, I fixed fried yellow squash. Here I am doubling my recipe because I was cooking for more people, but if you are only using 2 yellow squash, you can cut this recipe in half. I started off by cutting 4 yellow squash into thin slices. And then whenever I got all of my squash sliced up, I then added all of them into a Ziploc bag. And then in my Ziploc bag, I add in a half a cup of yellow cornmeal, 4 teaspoons of sugar. The sugar makes it really good and sweet. It's not overly sweet, so if you have picky eaters, this is the perfect recipe for squash. And then I add just a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. And then whenever I get all of those ingredients added to my Ziploc bag, I then seal up my Ziploc bag and I shake all of those ingredients around and make sure all of my squash is well coated in all of those ingredients. And then I let that set for at least 15 minutes. And that's it. You don't have to make a big mess by dipping them in eggs and milk and all the things. So whenever you get finished with this, you can just throw your Ziploc bag away. And then in a large skillet, I heat up some vegetable oil over medium heat. I try to add about 1/4 of an inch of vegetable oil in my skillet. And whenever that's heated up, I add in all of my squash in a single layer. And I cook those on each side until each side is golden brown. And then whenever they are finished cooking, I then remove them from my skillet and I place them on a wire rack. And that way the oil can drain off of them and they don't get soggy. I also fixed some sweet potato casserole and some macaroni salad for our sides. They are 2 of our favorite sides. I will link a video above and a video in my description box that shows how I make those sides and my recipes for those. So make sure that you go check that out because they are delicious and I don't want you to miss out on those. This turned out to be a perfect birthday meal for my husband. It was all delicious. We had barbecue chicken, fried yellow squash, sweet potato casserole, macaroni salad, and Rhodes dinner yeast rolls. We also had some food left over, so we were able to eat leftovers for dinner the next night. Tonight for supper, I am making Crockpot taco pizza. The first thing that I'm going to do is brown 2 pounds of ground beef. And I'm just using my meat chopper. I'm just going to chop this up and brown it. This is our first time trying this, so I hope it turns out good. It looks really good, and it only takes a few ingredients, and it cooks in the crock pot, so it doesn't heat up your house by using the oven. So that's a plus. And once my ground beef is finished cooking, I will just take it and drain the grease off of it. And then I'm going to add in 1.5 cups of water and 2 1-ounce packs of taco seasoning. You can use your family's favorite taco seasoning. And then I'm just going to mix that up. And then I'm going to bring this to a boil and then I'll let it simmer for about 5 minutes just until that thickens up. While my taco meat is finishing cooking, I'm going to move over to my crock pot, and I have lined my crock pot with a crock pot liner because it's super easy to clean up that way. And I'm just going to spray my crock pot liner with some nonstick spray. And then I'm going to take 1 8-ounce can of crescent rolls, and I'm just going to layer the bottom of that. Once I have my crescent rolls on the bottom of my crock pot, I'm just going to kind of pinch them together at the seams and kind of keep them together. This will act as a pizza crust. And then I will add all of my taco meat on top of the crescent rolls. Just kind of spread that in there evenly. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of Fiesta blend or Mexican blend cheese on top of my taco meat. And then just spread that on top evenly. And then I'm going to take some paper towels and lay it over top of my crock pot before placing the lid on. And then I will place the lid on, and then I'm going to cook this on high for 2 hours. The paper towels just help trap all of the moisture from the cooking inside your crock pot. You can use a kitchen towel if you would like. You can either one. And then just make sure your paper towels are not sagging down, or your towel, whichever one you're using. And then, like I said, I will cook this on high for 2 hours. And this is what it looks like whenever it's finished cooking. I do want to mention that you may want to check this about 30 minutes sooner just to make sure your crescent rolls are finished cooking. You don't want to overcook them. And then you can serve it with your favorite taco toppings. I just added some sour cream on top of mine, and it turned out really good. This night for dinner, we grilled out hamburgers on our Blackstone grill, and here my husband is just seasoning our hamburgers with our favorite hamburger seasoning, the Weber Gourmet Burger. I also fixed some potato salad to have as a side. I had peeled and cut up about 6 potatoes, and I boiled those in water until they were tender. I then drained the water off of those and let my potatoes cool. I then added those potatoes to a large bowl. And then I added in 4 hard-boiled eggs that I had chopped up, and then a little less than a half a cup of diced up pickles. I used dill pickle spears, and I just diced those up really small. 1 cup of mayonnaise, about 3 tablespoons of yellow mustard, some salt and pepper, and a pinch of sugar. And then I just mixed all of those ingredients together, and then I let this set in the refrigerator overnight because it just helps all of those flavors combine, and it just tastes so much better whenever you let it set overnight. I'm still trying to perfect my potato salad. My mama made the best potato salad, and she passed away a couple of years ago, and I don't have her recipe, so I try to go off of memory on how she made it, but this is really close to how she makes hers. And here's my plate. We also had some chips as a side, and this meal was really good. This night we had hot dogs for dinner. My husband grilled those on our charcoal grill because charcoal grilled hot dogs are so good. We had some potato salad left over from the previous night. We just didn't have enough burgers, so we decided we'll just make some hot dogs and have some potato salad as a side. And here's my husband's plate. He hadn't got his potato salad yet. I forgot to record my plate, but that's okay. This meal was delicious. This night for dinner, I fixed fast fixin' country fried steak. Even though this is a frozen dinner, don't let it fool you because these taste so good. This is our favorite country fried steak. This pack also includes the gravy mix, and it's super easy to make. You just preheat your oven to 400 degrees and cook them for 10 minutes, and then flip them over and cook them for an additional 5 minutes or until they are heated through. And the gravy mix that comes with this is also delicious, and it's also very simple to make. I also fixed some Sister Schubert dinner yeast rolls to have as a side. And here I have my potatoes boiling to make some mashed potatoes to have as a side as well. And I also fixed some Great Value breaded okra to have as a side. I've not fixed breaded okra in a very long time. I did add some oil to the bottom of my skillet, let that heat up, and I just cooked those until they were golden brown on each side. And here's my mashed potatoes and gravy that come with my country fried steak. And here's my plate. This was another delicious meal. This is one of our family favorites. We all love the fast fixin' country fried steak. Like I said, even though it's frozen, don't let it fool you. It's delicious. That's it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.